What's good, everybody? This is Robo from All Bark, back with another video. Today in the channel, I'll be doing another Summer League recap video, going over the games played on Thursday, which was day 7 of the NBA Summer League. As you can tell, I've been making these videos every day in Vegas. I'm going to continue to do so until the last day, which is Monday, so stay on the lookout for all those videos as well. With that being said, let's go ahead and get right into the first game. The first game of the day was between the Cavs and the Bulls, with the Cavs taking the win to improve to 4-0 in the Summer League, clinching a spot in the semifinals. Craig Porter Jr. led the way with an outstanding 22-point night that also included 8 boards and 6 assists, and some lockdown defense. Porter managed to pick up 3 steals and a block and just was dominant the entire game on both ends. Sharif Cooper went down early to a groin injury, unfortunately, but he was incredible prior to it with 11 points and 2 assists in just 13 minutes. Amani Bates struggled from the field a bit in this one, but he finished with 15 points and was a +8 on the box score. Overall, not a bad game from him. Isaiah Mobley shot the same as Amani, but he put up a double-double going for 18 points and 12 boards, as well as 2 blocks. For Chicago, Javon Freeman-Liberty led the way once again, although it wasn't the same type of performance he's been having, going just 5 for 14 from the field, but he dropped 18 points. Julian Phillips played alright in this one, going for 12 points on 10 shots and played some solid defense. Dalen Terry's struggles continued in this game, going 4 for 13 from the floor and finishing a team-low -13 on the box score. I thought Adama Sanogo looked pretty strong, finishing with 8 and 8 in just 15 minutes at the center spot.
1 year at Tennessee for him. Nice cut to the rim. What a pass. We work over the top here. And a lob for the rim results in that.
Isaiah Mobley, and Rod's telling us about that, is out
Playoffs this weekend. They got a couple of wins already. Let's drop inside. A 2-roll. Works around.
Played for my guy Dickie Simpkins, who won rings with the Chicago Bulls back in the day.
By Darling. Terry's trying to improve his shooting, and that was the message to these Summer League Bulls. Bring the Nance conversation back into this since you brought up Kevin Johnson.
I mean, you want in this business to be available.
All right, let's check in with, but my stance has softened since you and I were together a year ago. And then years down the road. Oh, speaking of, again, Porter keeps getting his hands on the basketball here this week. Darling at the break.
Doesn't have to back him down, but has to make an attempt that's going toward the basket.
You like the trend, though. Santos, the drive and kick. Darling's wide open. And
coming up with the steal after the mistake offensively.
Lob it up for Nance. Left wing for the 3, a little long. Phillips flying into your picture. Keeps it alive. Back to stay perfect. And it's not just the perfect record, but now on the horn. Mobley, step back 3. And it's Mobley who's really been a star with 16 so far. Porter with a lane, gets the wrap. And Porter again, downhill as you predicted.
The second game of the day provided us with a down-to-the-wire game that ended with a game winner from Kobe Buffkin, as the Hawks took down the 76ers 99-98. Buffkin took over in the fourth, knocking down shot after shot, finishing with 14 points and 7 assists on the night, including 11 of those 14 being in the fourth. Seth Lundy looked great shooting the ball, knocking down 4 threes and dishing out 4 assists, finishing with 16 points and 8 boards as well. Brady Manick again was solid off the bench, putting in 13 points on 5 for 11 shooting, although it wasn't all from deep in this one. Rookie Mohamed Gay played a great game as well, blocking 2 shots and going 4 for 6 from the floor for 10 points. Lastly, for Atlanta, Miles Norris provided a bit of a spark off the bench, dropping in 12 points and 2 steals in just 14 minutes. For the 76ers, Jaden Springer was absolutely incredible, going perfect at the free throw line on 11 attempts and finishing with 29 points on the day. Terquavion Smith came off the bench in this one but was on fire, scoring 20 points and 10 shots, knocking down 3 triples as well. Javonte Smart dropped in 14 points and 6 assists of his own as a starter, and Greg Brown was an absolute wrecking ball defensively, blocking 6 shots on the day.
Do it in 09. Some of these are guys that have been all day, too. That's right. Been vibing. That's right. Joyner, a deep one, end of the clock. Smith, slow it down. Smart loads it up, knocks it down. Mount Springer, he's got the mismatch. Draws the double. Norris is open. And
Space, cut, all those things that keeps everybody engaged.
Yesterday, both games, Jaden Hardy, cookies and milk.
Professionally here the last few years, that has been impressive.
No doubt about it.
Ring. I'm like, man, I'm part of the program.
Part of that they did in the first 2 quarters. Gay, right? Obviously, you can get easy buckets if you leak out correctly, but you don't want to open.
That young fella is just a really good basketball player.
Kevin Gelly showing off, and Atlanta has come out with a different energy in this third quarter. Maker responds.
You reach for, you get it caught in a jersey. It's all going to work out.
Oh, a deep one. Oh, it's good. Has been fairly quiet coming off the bench today. On the attack to the rim, banks it home. Springer right on Krejci. Oh, what a finish and the foul.
Coming season.
Griffin feels like the likely candidate who could take another step forward. Smith the other end. Kyle Korver all in the All-Star game together. It was a 60-win Hawks team that Mike Budenholzer was coaching. Smart, the double cross. Smith again. Smith again. Come numbers for Atlanta. Norris up ahead again. Euros right past Tucker. And the experienced Springer. Buffkin to his strong side. Lundy, clean look. He's got it.
Player, and I think he does have an incredibly bright future.
Manic. Oh. Buffkin off the screen. Buffkin on the attack. Stops. Back up one. Oh, great pass inside. 13 to shoot. Buffkin on the drive. Buffkin fades. Oh, he banks it home.
The next game was a very up and down one with a lot of bad basketball being played, but ended in an overtime battle between the Nets and Raptors, with the Nets taking the win to improve to 3-1 in Vegas. The Raptors was without Grady Dick in this one as they rested him due to playing yesterday. For the Nets, Jalen Wilson was arguably the best guy on the floor, taking good shots and finishing with 17 points and 7 boards, including the game winner. Armani Brooks played well, going 4 for 8 on the day with 16 points, as well as 9 boards and 4 assists. It was the exact opposite type of game from Kennedy Chandler, despite a few late clutch buckets, as he went 6 for 22 to record his 15 points, but he did pick up 4 steals defensively. David Duke was just as poor in this one, shooting 3 for 15, but he scored 14 points thanks to a perfect 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Noah Clowney was great as a rim protector in this game, swatting 3 blocks, but he continued to struggle in terms of fouls and efficiency. The Nets got great production out of their bench, however, with Gray, Hall, and Lewis combining for 31 points, missing just 8 shots altogether. For the Raptors, Ron Harper was solid in the loss, scoring 19 points on 13 attempts, and Moses Brown finished with an 11-point, 10-rebound double-double, as well as 3 blocks. Joe Wieskamp put in 18 points on a poor shooting night for him, and DJ Hogg finished with 13 off the bench.
Installed. Now, teams have done that before.
But status quo.
Nice cut to the rim, and Nebhard comes away with it. Ahead to Wieskamp, attacking the rack, lays it in.
Allow the Nets to be able to separate and have that 14-point lead, and then you're looking at evaluating these players.
Oh, it's helped so much, Corey, to coach at the high major level.
So, I understand.
Looks like they were out a little bit late last night, too.
Could be that you're at ESPN. Corey, a repeat of your question, if you don't mind, in the long
and his NBA background, in my opinion, helped Jalen Hood-Schifino get to this point.
Games there, and when you're in the broadcast booth in a very small press.
Our culture setters, of course, he was part of the culture established with the Phoenix Suns by Monty Williams. So now you'll see
going on with the Brooklyn Nets. So 1 minute to play here in the third, and a little
led that class, and I just think that group, I don't call them a class, but a group of,
which normally means that you are affecting the basketball while it's in the cylinder.
Only down by 7. Remember, they were down by 17.
Oh, make it. Now an opportunity to make plays here at the end.
Brown dunks it in. That's a 10-0.
Time with the charm, finishing it off.
Here's Lewis. Ooh. Harper down the right slot. High off the glass. There's a 2-man advantage right now for the Nets. Chandler going to the rack. Reverse layup is good. The ball deflected, and Brown's away with it and stripped back by David Duke Jr. Race to the rim.
Give me that.
Swatted by Brown. Cleaned up.
It is Brown.
Steal by Chandler. He'll be the fastest to the rim and punched it with the right.
Would maybe look at seeing if you can find that easy 3.
Chandler picks it up.
Go to the basket simply because you can get fouled and get to the free throw line and win it.
Wilson wins it.
Thursday's 4th game was a blowout between Miami and Milwaukee as Orlando Robinson continued his summer league dominance in the 91-72 win. He dropped 25 points and 8 rebounds in the night, and his teammate Jamal Cain was incredible, going for 24 points on 10 for 17 from the floor. Jamari Bouye played great in his role as a floor general, dishing out 10 assists and finishing a team-high plus 22. For Milwaukee, Andre Jackson finished with just 3 points and 3 turnovers in a fairly poor game for his standards. Chris Livingston struggled as well, going for 5 points and 4 turnovers in the night. Taco Fall got some time in this one, scoring 10 points and blocking 3 shots, but he only grabbed 1 rebound. Marjon Beauchamp struggled again in the loss, but not as bad this time, scoring 10 points on 9 shots. Lindell Wigginton was probably the best player for the Bucks tonight, scoring 15 points on an efficient night despite finishing a team-low minus 22.
year with the club. Shovel pass from Timmy, right back to Paul. Got position, but had it blocked by Peterson.
I was saying on the golf course, no pictures on the scorecard, right? The stats is just going to.
But the second part of it is they do pick the right guys for them. They don't just say. We see a couple on the floor now, including Orlando Robinson trying to hold his own on Taco Falls that they rely on the most. Though 2-on-1, lob it up. Kane does the rest. Example with that, the final pick of this year's draft was Chris Livingston. Do not draft him and ended up signing a guaranteed deal with the team.
Have good relationships if you're a front office with his organization.
Points. Midway through the third, David Duke Jr. and Jalen Wilson a combined 21 unless Miami really hurries here with Kane.
Time.
And he's going to go for it.
Get and one. All right. Been with the Miami Heat for a long time.
Showing itself here through this first 2.5 quarters. And
you want to have from a modern big, right? His ability to shoot it.
Brooklyn Nets, they had a lead going into the half. Brooklyn boat raced them in the third quarter. All of these things are good teaching points for young players.
Your hope is that you earn enough trust to get the out.
Beauchamp with 4 to shoot. Spins, has to get it inside. Great pass.
But then they got the same color polo on. There's so many things at a high level. And I think he'll continue to improve in that area. Back in the game quickly.
There is one.
Desert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we don't just do, we do the whole day.
2-1 record here in Summer League themselves, so. And it results in the turnover. Get it up ahead on a leak out. Booyah! Oh!
Rockets-Warriors was the highest scoring game of the night and maybe the highest of the entire Summer League, as the threes were raining down all night in this one. The Rockets picked up the win to improve to a perfect 4-0, winning 118-101 behind a fantastic performance from Cam Whitmore. A lot of shots, but some better shot selection on the night, putting up 26 points on an 11-for-21 clip. The biggest eye-opener for him was tying the all-time Summer League record with 8 steals in the game, deflecting a ton of passes that came his way. Trevor Hudgens was on fire from deep, knocking down 6 threes and scoring 23 points, and dished out 11 dimes to the hot Houston shooters. Jermaine Samuels scored 18 points in the night and picked up 5 stocks and 6 assists to go with it. Darius Days was a scorching hot 5 for 10 from deep, finishing with 16 points all from 3. And Matthew Mayer was hot as well, going for 15 points in 23 minutes. For Golden State, Trace Jackson-Davis finally debuted, and despite it being on a minutes limit, he played really well, scoring 14 points and grabbing 7 boards, and made some plays for his teammates showing off the court vision. Brandon Podziemski looked much better in this game than previous ones, scoring 10 points and dishing out 6 assists in the loss. Kendrick Davis was on fire, scoring 18 points on a 7-for-11 night, and dished out 5 assists as well. Reggie Perry again was great off the bench, scoring 17 points in 16 minutes.
Yeah, we got the Nova trifecta. Get a ring and get a nice paycheck. Get a nice paycheck from downtown. And that means they're plucked. Jalen Green coming up at halftime. Hudgens. Woo! Trace Jackson-Davis. They swing it around for Podziemski. Hudgens takes it himself. Do the Warriors have a run in them? Podziemski, nice drop off. 17 points a game here for Cam Whitmore, but he is not.
He's tough. He can rebound, really can pass the ball. He has not shot it well in the Summer League. Certainly there's a couple guys that obviously Darius Days for the game was always going to be, you're going to pace in space and see what you can see. We're eliminated. I don't think you can run from it, and I think one of the things, most importantly,
was the first option, and the pass is picked off. Hudgens, good if it goes, got it! Quinones that Larry Harris was excited about with Trace. And Larry Harris mentioning one of the 6 changes this year. Philly, Toronto, Milwaukee, Detroit. Davis to Podziemski, got it, and their next triple will be their 20th of the night. Jackson the takeaway for Golden State. And then the Rockets get it right back. Look out, Whitmore! They join Cleveland in the knockout stage.
The Charlotte Hornets took on the New Orleans Pelicans without Brandon Miller, and he was definitely missed, especially early on, as the Pelicans got off to an 18-0 lead and took the first quarter 25-5. The Hornets fought back though with a huge second quarter, but ultimately still dropped the game 89-83. Darion Sebron was incredible again, scoring 20 points and shooting 9 for 13, showing off that great athleticism and finishing ability. E.J. Liddell was pretty good in limited play, scoring 11 points in the night. Jordan Hawkins really struggled again in this one, going just 2 for 13 from the floor altogether. Dyson Daniels scored 16 points and dished out 5 assists, while playing some really solid defense yet again. For Charlotte, the comeback was led unexpectedly by James Bouknight and Bryce McGowens, as they needed this type of game badly. Book put up 28 points on over 50% from the floor, and McGowan shot nearly the same for his 19 points. Nick Smith was very off in this one, going just 5 for 16 and scoring just 12 points. James Najee was an absolute force down low, swatting 4 shots and grabbing 12 boards and a minute increase thanks to Kai Jones being out.
Offensive board. Smith, little ball fake, penetrating it. Swin Cash doing so much empowering women. Keen to go in the first half. McGowan's the pull up from deep.
Pack early. Side to side.
McGowan's little ball fake, left hand, no. Najee, long rebound to Smith. He doesn't have numbers, but takes it himself. No, but Bouknight didn't like the look. McGowan's pull up from deep, made it. We'll kick out, extra pass. Scott tries the 3. There, Najee, who had a tremendous first half, affecting a lot of shots. 3. Here's 4 points now. Nick Smith. Smith around a Najee screen inside. Trying to create some separation once again. Sebron. Off the turnover.
It'll wake you up.
The difference, number 1 pick man. Pelicans starting to get that confidence back. Crutcher around the screen, off the window. It's up to 8 points. Smith driving and elevated things for sure. Outside look out of the timeout. Hawkins down the lane, puts it up in it.
That play I had in my head since ooh, get crafty. That's the Bones hot. Look, where's he shooting from?
In that corner. What I think from Brooks. Mid-range, Jay, good.
If they play with that pace, this is the pace.
Oh, the block! Here's Bouknight. Time running out on the Hornets. Oh! It's on the game clock. Bouknight.
The second to last game of the night was an ugly one as the Magic sat their lottery picks and got crushed by the Blazers 88-71. The Magic had just 20 points at halftime, down by more than 20. The Blazers were led by Michael DeVoe again, scoring 18 points in 20 minutes. Shaedon Sharpe played just 12 minutes, scoring 12 points on 10 attempts. Jabari Walker put up a double-double in the win, going for 12 points and 10 boards. And Chris Murray struggled to shoot the ball on the night, going 4 for 14 from the floor for just 9 points. For Orlando, Dexter Dennis led the way with 16 points, but Quinndary Weatherspoon was probably the best performer, with 11 points, 6 assists, and 6 steals in the night. Pretty much the entire team shot poorly on the night, but on the bright side, Kai Sotto finally got some run here in Vegas, and honestly, he looked pretty solid. He scored 6 points and grabbed 4 boards in 13 minutes of action, and blocked 3 shots, including one on Shaedon Sharpe. I would expect the Magic to play him again in their next game, which should be on Saturday in the consolation games.
From the three-point line, so you have to respect that. Come up on him in the state, then ended up at Texas A&M, and Quinndary Weatherspoon with the takeaway leaves it for Dennis. You want a lot of chatter, you want a lot of communication, talking to guys, making sure everybody's in the right position. A guy who plays the position with the ball in his hands the way that Scoot does. Baji! Much better start here to the third quarter for the Magic. DeVoe, floater, got it. Baker, nice backdoor cut. Murray, that won't go. Baji is there. Minaya as well, but it's really exciting time to be here. Nice slash to the bucket by Hall. Pieces of one Kai Sotto, who's getting ready to check into the game. Double figures. Sharpe's got a dozen. William Reith with a dozen. And tipped up and in. But I'm continue to be impressed overall with his. It's been a rough couple of years for San Antonio, but Victor's arrival.
Week, and so now he's actually making good on it for coaches fun to men.
Even in Summer League, you find the fan favorites. Another one. Their way to a 3-1 record this summer, and they will. Wilson with the pick. Campbell lobs for Soto off the front of the rim. And Soto another chance.
The final game of the night between the Kings and the Wolves was Sacramento getting the win 93-80. Kessler Edwards was the leading scorer with 18 points, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists on the night. Jordan Ford was great as well, scoring 17 points and dishing out 7 assists. Keon Ellis continues a great summer and is starting to create some buzz as he scored 12 points and had 5 assists on the night, as well as 3 steals and nearly a 4th one. Alex O'Connell was a flamethrower off the bench, knocking down 5 threes in the win. For Minnesota, Josh Minott played a solid game, scoring 18 points, but it came on a 6 for 16 shooting night. Leonard Miller wasn't as good as he has been, but still put up a double-double with 10 points and 11 boards. Wendell Moore played well in limited minutes, scoring 13 points on an efficient night. Brandon Williams only played 10 minutes due to an injury before halftime, scoring just 5 points, which was a bummer considering the summer he was having. And DJ Carton was really good in his absence, scoring 9 points and picking up 9 assists, including a highlight poster showcasing some athleticism.
Bankston clears it. Fresh 14. Carton down the lane. Take that, Winship. John, hand off to O'Connell. Takes the 3. Connects. Seconds to go in the first half. Ford gives it to Comanche.
He said, hold up. What'd I tell you?
You called it. And he
What'd I tell you?
the trade.
The whole game.
Ellis ended the second quarter with the 3. Starts the third quarter. Carton.
Good pass.
Kick out. My not. Why not?
Yeah.
Williams gives it to Carton. Cook from deep. Edwards from deep. Got it. So good. Hunt
And
turns
look
it
who gets
over. Ellis. He's fine now. The lob. Miller. Needs one. Tough bucket. Edwards. Stops on a dime. Carton. Down the lane. The kick out. Minot. Good look. 4. Corner 3. O'Connell. This upcoming season. Here's Ford. On the move.
Up 9 or 11. No, I'm sorry, 9. Well, here's 11.
There's 11.
To a middle pick and roll. If it's not there, I see what top is.
Good look.
That doesn't mean you can't average as many points or be as successful, but I think it gives great young pieces.
Oh, nice move. Miscommunication. Kings turn it over. Moore takes it in himself. Bunt the rebound. Quickly ahead. Oh, there's a find. Miller. Mid-range pull-up.
A solid night of games that brought us some fun action and a couple really tight games. Tomorrow's the final day of the non-playoff Summer League games, and there will be another 8 to go over, and then it's all consolation and Final Four games starting on Saturday. Other than that, though, that's going to be it for the Summer League recap video, guys. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace.